MacIntyre still in it?
That's right.
All right.
Barely. Well, Cubs already clinched.
Mike, obviously you lost two players for the year in that game. First off, you talk about Derek and Diego and the disappointing news.
Oh yeah, it's really disappointing. The next guy's got to step up and go. You know, Derek's our biggest, strongest outside linebacker, good player for us, great leader. And then of course Diego, y'all seen what he's been doing. So we'll have a kicking contest all week to see who's going to kick field goals, extra points, kick off, all that type of stuff. So we'll decide on that on Friday.
Is that going to be between Chris and Davis Price?
Yes. Yep. So they'll be just working on it and going. Did some today, and we'll just do it all week. And total at the end, and see who's ready to go.
Is it possible you can split up those duties?
It depends on how they do. Who kicks off the best, who kicks field goals the best. If one of them dominates in both areas, or vice versa, you know, one's one in good area, we can switch it up. Yes. We're going to see how the contest goes this week.
Get NJ Fowler back at outside linebacker?
Yeah, NJ Fowler. Yeah, that helps with Derek being down. So NJ will be back. He was out practicing today. He's been practicing on the scout team, but he's on the first and second field today.
Give us an update on Seppa.
Yeah, he was moving around better today than he was yesterday, and he just kind of day to day as the week goes along.
Coach, what's your message for the team this week after coming back from Michigan and getting a bit banged up after a disappointing loss?
Well, you know, same thing. Every Monday, win or lose, we come back and prepare as hard as we can for the next game. It'll be exciting. It's our first Pac-12 game. We're going to go play at Oregon, and of course they're a great team. And so our guys, we had an excellent practice today. I didn't see anybody moping around or going. They were practicing hard and fresh. And plus, beautiful day in Boulder kind of helps that also.
So did Seppa practice at all?
No, he didn't practice.
With his history and he's a tough guy, or a warrior type of guy, is he one that you really have to monitor him and maybe make him sit down?
If he's moving good enough to play, we'll play him. If he's not moving good enough to play, then we won't play him. So we'll know as the week goes along on that.
So what's your impression of just how good he's been this year? I mean, some of the throws he made in that game.
Yeah. Well, the throw he made on a hurt ankle was a dynamic throw, and you know he was playing really well and at a high level. Seems like that's happened to us twice now. The USC game and that game the other day, we had some momentum, and then he goes down. So we just gotta go. You know, Steven Montez had a great spring and a good fall, and so he's played in all 3 games now. So he'll be ready to roll. I think we're gonna feel good about Steven's capabilities and how he's doing in the game.
What's been the biggest improvement you've seen in Devin Ross that's allowed him to start as kind of as special as he has so far this year?
Catching the ball consistently. That's it. He's always had everything else, and he's catching the ball consistently. You know, everybody's going to truck one every once in a while. You know, it's just the way it is. It's being able to get over that and go make the next one, not go in the tank. And he's been able to do that, so that's been impressive how he's been, you know, able to overcome when he drops one and then go catch the next one and make some good over-the-head catches. So just catching the ball.
Was that a lot more of a mental adjustment he had to make, or was it mechanical things he did? Or?
It was a combination mentally, a lot of it mentally, and then sometimes the ball over his head, he would keep his hands too low, and you got to keep it. You don't want to. So we've moved his hands up. If you notice, he's catching a little bit higher. You'll notice that on the over the head. So a combination of those two. But you have to practice that so much because in the heat of the battle, you might revert back. So he's really gotten good at that.
Coach, twice we've seen Sepha Lufau get hurt, stay in, and throw a touchdown pass over his career in Rocky Mountain Showdown and Saturday against Michigan. What does that say about him as a player?
Yeah, he's just exceptionally tough. I think when he got up and his ankle was hurting and he saw the play signal in, he didn't want to come out because he knew we had an opportunity because of what they were lining up in. We had talked about that was going to be there at halftime, and so we had prepared for that. And I think he knew, hey, it's going to be there. But he you know, he's extremely tough and he's a competitor.
Was that a really tough day on the punt team the other day? After you watch that film, are there big changes need to be made, or are there little things you guys really corrected?
Well, we definitely need to correct. We the first one was just a miscue, and then after that, just we didn't kick it right, and then then they kind of got on a roll a little bit. They did a good job blocking us. That's the first time we've been up against athletes like that covering, and then of course he's an excellent returner. That helps on their part too. So yeah, we work on it every Monday, and we've worked on it and made a couple changes and made sure we're more precise at everything. So we didn't have any issues the first 2 games whatsoever. So we'll correct it and be doing good on it the rest of the year.
Would you stick with that rugby style of punting? It was just kind of like line drives right to peppers.
Yeah, that was something we have to work on. We'll do that every once in a while because you can move the pocket so they can't just rush in there on you. But we need to coach it a little bit better, and it would help us for sure.
Do you foresee similar pressures from Pac-12 teams in the future?
Oh yeah, everybody copies everything, you know, and so that we'll see similar pressures for sure. We'll work on them and we'll block them and we'll kick it away good.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thanks
Coach.
guys, appreciate it. Thank you.